Hello, investors and traders, and welcome to the weekly market report. I'm AJ Monte, and I cannot help but kick things off with this story about silver. If you're following me on X, you will know that I put out a post yesterday talking about PSLV. If you're not already following me, there's my profile page. Just look for me, AJ Monte CMT. And if you look down below, you'll see that this one went out and it's a follow-up to what I put out the day before. Now, AJ SLV trades is what you would use as a hashtag to find all of the trades that I'm putting out. Okay, on PSLV, SLV, I'm showing you how I'm doing my trades. And so this one was a no-brainer for me, basically, because we have the gap on PSLV was filled this morning. Okay, you can see here this little tick mark. I'll magnify that for you. That was the opening bell right there. And this green shaded area was the buy area that I had highlighted, not just on the midweek report that we did live yesterday, but I posted that one as well on X. And many of our members got into that one, following me on those trades. I can't tell you what to trade, when to trade, or how to trade them, but I can tell you what I'm doing. And like I said, on the opening, I bought that upon the gap fill right here. And look what's happening already. We're seeing the buyers coming in right on the opening. Now notice it's a very interesting pattern that we're seeing here in silver, and not just PSLV, but silver in general, the futures markets as well. We're seeing the price opening lower and still closing lower, but closing with green candles. Think about that. What does that actually mean? Well, it's telling us that the prices are opening up at the bottom of the body, but the buyers are coming in throughout the day with their resilience and buying it up, looking for a bounce. So I'll put this one out just as an FYI forecast. I think it could go right back up and start testing the highs from back here on Tuesday. And so I'm putting an upside target on PSLV at 26.17. Keep in mind, I am absolutely loaded up with this one. So, take that into consideration. And I don't have any plans on selling any, at least not in the near future. We would have to see a much higher price and then possibly a pullback or a dramatic drop in volume or some sort of a shooting star or something very noticeable on the price pattern that's going to tell me to sell some of it. And so I still have a very small position in SLV. So those will be the next ones to go on any kind of a pullback after a rally. So I'll keep you posted. Again, AJ SLV trades is the hashtag that you would use on X. All right, now let's go into the general markets. DIA, you can see here that my price target from last week was hit at 482.97. I think we're going to see a little bit of a pullback here. Now notice where I'm starting that line from. I think we're going to come right back down to test that 20 period moving average. Now, this has a lot to do with the cycle or sector rotation that we're expecting to see here in January. Some of you know about the January effect, but we also see a lot of fund managers selling out of large cap stocks. Hence the reason why we're seeing some of the stocks get hit in the Qs and SPY. And then they start rolling into the small cap stocks, which I'll get to in a minute when we talk about IWM. But my downside target on DIA is going to be 487.74. So keep an eye on that. And then I think we're going to start an ABCD pattern to start zigzagging our way down to the lower levels. All right, so keep an eye on that. I'm not talking about a market collapse, at least not yet. But I am expecting a very nice trading range because 2025 was a phenomenal year for our trading members. And what I'll do in a couple of weeks is I'll post the results of all of our services so you can see exactly what we got into, where we got out of them, what percentages we saw in the price action of some of the options that we were trading especially, and you can get a feel for how we're trading. Yeah, I have to say, we always get the clowns that are going to say, oh man, 2 years ago you said we're going to drop. Yeah, okay, good. That's good for you, but we're making money in a very strong percentage. Over 90% of my price targets on the general markets, with the major market ETFs especially, are hitting. And I think that 2026 is going to be a much better year for our traders because the markets are turning that much more technical because the fundamentals are being blown out. And, we got market cap stocks that are through the roof, overvalued. So what are you going to go on? You're going to base your trades on what you're seeing on the fundamentals, or you're going to stick with the technicals? Well, I could answer that for what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow the technicals. I very rarely look at the fundamentals, but when I do, it's usually going to be looking at PE ratios. Maybe I'm looking at debt to equity ratios. I might be looking at what kind of dividend payouts are going on there. And if you had a chance to plug into our rapid fire session, I'm just going to do a shout out to one of our VIPs, Gino. He talked about SRLN. Now I have a forecast on this one to go lower after the dividend payout, and then you'll probably see a bounce. These are the payouts when the stock issues the dividend. The price of the stock drops by the dividend payout. That's why you get these regular drops in these gaps. So this dividend gets paid out monthly. So expecting the next one to come out, the stock will most likely drop. And then there are a lot of people that could care less about the dividend, but they're just buying it after the dividend payout to take advantage of the move higher in the underlying stock itself. And so those are some of the things that we talked about last night on the rapid fire. And you're looking at a stock like this, again, for those that are looking for a dividend, this is almost 7.5% yield. Even if you just park it and hold it, the stock is in a sideways trading range here, especially recently, where if it's in that range, you're getting your dividend payout while it's going sideways every month. So it's not a bad little gig there for those that are looking for a dividend payout. I mentioned this last night. I know I'm throwing a lot out on the wall here, but I mentioned BITO because here's another one that I like to get into. And this one, I'm more of a buy and hold on this one because this one pays out a whopping 70+% yield on that. So the last payout that came in on that dividend last week, I took that cash and I used it to buy stocks outright. And then I have a free stock accumulation plan that's being paid for by the dividend and BITO. Now, you could also trade that if you're in the crypto market. Our Cryptex team, Matt and CJ, did a broadcast this morning. You might want to go back and check the video on that. The recording is posted on YouTube. And so if you're bullish on Bitcoin, this is just one of the instruments that you could trade to get in and out of Bitcoin, or you could play it from the long side and do it like I do with collecting the dividend and then using the cash to pay for other positions. All right, now let's hop to IWM because I talked about the small caps. The rotation that we're looking at, again, is where the institutions tend to sell the large caps and they buy into the small caps. Well, the Russell 2000 is a small cap index, and we have a bullish engulfing candle here. Now, I'm recording this before the market closes, so there's still enough time for that volume to increase. My downside target on this hit last week, but I'm going to go slightly higher, just very slightly higher, because I think they're going to continue to move into the small caps. So my upside target on IWM is 259.94. Now, for you option traders out there, there is a whole menu of different calls and puts that you could be trading. And even if you go out to June, you could see that the bid-ask spreads are fairly tight here. You see this? You only got a 15-cent bid-ask spread at the money on the 260 calls right there for June. And so it's a cheaper way to trade the index and still giving you enough time with the longer-term options to get in and make a play there. Now, again, I cannot be happier for our members because the percentage of success that we had in 2025 was absolutely phenomenal. And especially to the YouTube crowd that's coming over and taking advantage of our 15-day trial. We have a 15-day trial, no obligation whatsoever, no credit card necessary. You just plug in for 15 days. If you do nothing, it just expires after 15 days. And you can follow along with all my trade publications and webinars and educational content and all the live broadcasts that go on top of that. And then learn. I mean, go in there for 2 weeks and just cram away. If that's one of your New Year's resolutions is to learn how to trade the market, then you cannot be at a better place than where you are right now with us here at StickyTrades. So again, that's IWM, upside target of 259.94. Moving on to the Qs. Remember, I said they're more or less hitting the Qs. Here we have the Dow. As I'm recording, it's up about 300 points, and the Qs are down right here with a pivot, lower high, lower low. And I do believe that volume increase will continue on the way down. So my downside target on the Qs is still in place at 608.70, and I'm not going to move that. And then once that hits, you've got a support level down here where you might see a little bit of an ABCD bounce, and then ultimately to my lower target down here. That's going to take a little bit more time to get to that target, but you could see, looking back at these diagonal lines, these are all the former price targets that I've had for the Qs, and you could see how often those price targets hit. And we even do some two-parters here, so this upside target hit was still waiting for the downside target to hit. And the Qs are showing more of a topping pattern than anything, because you can see we have lower highs forming right here with the exception of that shooting star, but we still have a pivot here. So we'll have to see. This is working out to be more of, I would say, a symmetrical triangle. You see here, there's your triangle. If we break out below that triangle down here, then you could absolutely see that target hit, because you take the height of the triangle, attach it to the breakout point, and there you go. That's more or less what we teach as far as pattern trading. So if you want to learn how to trade the patterns, there you go. We have StickyTrades University. It'll teach you about head and shoulders patterns, channels, teach you about broadening patterns. We'll teach you about wedges, triangles, you name it. We've got it at StickyTrades University. All right, moving on to SPY. There you go. You got another pivot, lower high, lower low. We're slightly lower here today. Volume is kind of lacking, but I think we'll see most likely a slight increase before the close today, but I do not believe that volume is going to beat yesterday's volume. So what that means is when you see a drop in volume on the way up, it's telling us that the buyers are losing momentum. Remember that from past videos. I always show that little diagram giving you the clues on how to read volume. Well, that's the same way. So I'm keeping that downside target on SPY right down there at 678.58, and with the SPY looking more bearish, we would expect the VIX to look more bullish, and it certainly is. You can see I still have my upside target in place at 1617. I think that we'll hit that next week, and then we will reevaluate the next target from there. But it looks to me like the VIX is going to close over that 20-period moving average like it did yesterday. It doesn't matter if it's a red or green candle. The fact that it's closing over that 20-period moving average tells us that now that moving average is going to act as support as the moving average starts to roll up to the higher levels. Again, a shout out to our VIPs. You got in on that PSLV trade this morning with me. Congratulations. Make sure that all of you, again, the YouTube crowd especially, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like and comment. You can ask questions. I do my best to address every single comment and answer every single question I possibly can for as long as I can. But this is your way of connecting with us so that you can get yourself the education that you deserve for 2026. Fulfill those New Year's resolutions. Make some money with us. And let's go looking at the charts and moving together as a trading community. Have a good rest of the week, folks. Take care.